Well, hi. Hello, hola, ni hao, bonjour, assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope all of you are doing great. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you who have joined from the different parts of the world today. And yes, of course, it's a grand Facebook live show regarding the LGBT awareness by CWMA, that is Creative Writing Modern Age. Before we start the show, what is actually CWMA, that is Creating Writing Modern Age? Creative Writing Modern Age is a small initiative of Mrs. Rachana Chakraborty who want to make the communication as a blender and enhance its work to develop the speaking, writing skill of everyone. We are here to believe that to be a perfect man, one needs to listen, speak, and write. And to initiate that, we conduct free webinar, invited eminent authors, poets, storytellers to share their valuable tips and develop the love for language. The Honorable, we have been successfully, as we have been a short span of 3 years, have been able to train more than 1,000 plus kids by creating writing modernize has events like literacy contest, battle of words, storytellers, live storytelling live, Cosmopodia, and also Best Writer of the Month, and many more. Even last few months back, we also have SDG Youth Summit. So we also have our yearly book, which gives everyone to be a co-author. Such a great organization that is actually working for. Let's come to the point. That's today's live show. Today's live show is talk about the awareness of LGBT. What does it mean? LGBT is initializing the stand for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. But it actually increases by the terms that is LGBTQ. Later on, it's IA. LGBTQ is also focused that lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and I for intersex, and A for asexual. This is a basic term. You know, if the community are not that much acceptable for every single society or every single community, even every single country, but we need to actually address them with their own identity. The Honorable, actually, we're focusing the perception of our thinking. If we are not changing our perception, we can't actually change the world with a decorative manner. You know, month of June, actually, LGBT Pride Month is actually declared by the White House, where actually during the month, the organization are focusing on raising awareness that issues and will celebrate the progress made towards the increasing equal rights for those who identify themselves with the LGBTQ community. The Honorable, maybe you are thinking that what kind of things are actually they are considered. So among the LGBTQ youth, mental health issues stemming from the rejection are at alarming level because still community are not accepted uh, this community, LGBT community, because according to the research study done by the Family Acceptance Project, that's also focused that who have not faced rejection or LGBT teens who have faced rejection from their families are 6 times more likely to be report high level of depression. This is really alarming for every single person. Even approximately 30 to 40% of LGBT youth have faced rejection. According to the LGBT have attempted suicide. So there is a lot of things we have to consider. So I'm not going through that much because we have a great panelist today. So one by one, we will call them in this Facebook Live. So let me welcome the first speaker of the today. She is Vanessa Jacqueline De Cruz, who is a motivational writer, a speaker for the empowering of women and LGBT community. She is also a poet who writes poems to empower society, also a freelance event organizer. So don't actually, I won't take that much time to welcome the another eminent speaker, Vanessa Jacqueline De Cruz. So my dear Honorable, over to you.
Hi, a very good evening to all of you, and I'm very happy to be here to talk about the LGBT community and to spread the awareness of who we are. But first of all, I want to say that yesterday the 377A was repealed, and now the gay community is not criminalized for their sexual actions, and this has been a great milestone for the LGBT community in Singapore because we have been fighting it for many years, and now the Singapore government wants to make the Singaporean society a more equal one. But of course, we still have a long journey to travel on for Singapore to be an all-inclusive society because same-sex marriages is still illegal in Singapore. But I want to spread the awareness of the LGBT community and who we are because education is very important so that people will know who we actually are. Now, it is very common sense to think that if we do not know something, we will be rather afraid of it. And that is actually human nature. Even I myself, if I'm not sure of something, I will be very. But until I understand what I'm going into, until I can understand the situation, I'll be wary. But once I get educated about the situation, about what I'm doing, I will know how to react towards it. And a lot of people do not know who the LGBT community is yet because they are considered to be very different. In the textbook saying, there's only two kinds of sexes, male and female. And going by social norms, male and female must abide to certain rules of behavior. But of course, these are social constructs, and our behaviors are socially constructed. So in that sense, our behaviors also can be fluid. A girl can develop male characteristics, and a guy, a male, also can develop female characteristics. And these are actually common cases that are happening in society itself. But of course, if a female behaves like a guy and a guy behaves like a female, they will be looked down upon. They will be discriminated because that's not the sexual normal. Sorry, that's not the sexual norm. That's not the common behavior to behave in society. So like I said, they be discriminated. Same-sex relationships are not something that people can agree on because when it comes to sexual relationship, it must be male and female. But when it varies, people are just not able to accept it. But I guess society is now opening up and more people are accepting this kind of relationship. But with that said, discriminations are still happening, especially in schools. Gay children are being bullied because they are not seen as normal. And teachers must be the first enforcers to teach other children how to get along with gay children. school laws must be implemented to support the gay children, to support their education, because every children is entitled to an education. People's minds need to be open. Gays, lesbians, they must be included in talks. They must be included in policies. Their voice must be heard. The only way for society to understand them is for we, the LGBT community, to go out and talk about ourselves, so the society will actually know about who we are. And my role play is actually to build the confidence of the LGBT community to become who they want to be. Because of the discrimination they face, their self-esteem is low. And I've been there. I know. I've been abused. I've been discriminated. I've been called names until my self-esteem went to a ground level. But I was able to actually build myself up and to become who I am right now. And actually, because of my confidence, I'm able to speak. So I'm guiding a lot of LGBT people around the world to become who they want to be, to build that confidence. I'm giving them guide. Okay, my work is just to guide them, to give them the tools how to become confident in life, so they can go out and speak out, spread the word about who they are. And I can tell you, confidence, and once they build that confidence energy in them, that energy can be spread from one person to another person. It will become very contagious. And that is what I want to see, that this community become confident, and with their confidence, make other people confident, so that we can live in a society and interact with everybody. For example, I'm a poet, and when I go on stage, I don't tell people who I am, because people already know who I am. But I portray my confidence in the way I speak, in the way I portray my poems, so that people have a different aspect of, or opinion on me. They see my confidence, they be happy. When you are scared, people will be scared of you. So that is something I've learned throughout my journey and through my experience. And I always advocate education. And I'm also fighting for officers to give the LGBT community the jobs that they deserve. Because the LGBT community is as human as everybody in this world. They are as intelligent as anybody in this world. They can be accountants, they can be engineers, they can be lawyers, teachers. But very unfortunately, those are slammed against them because they are the LGBT community, especially those are slammed in front of the faces of transgenders. Transgenders get the worst trouble, get the worst bad shit, sorry to say the word, because they are the ones that actually look down upon. And if one cannot find a job, especially a transgender cannot find a job, they will resort to being a sex worker. Now, I respect sex workers because it's a form of income. But why should a transgender be forced to be a sex worker? They can easily find a job that they want to find a job, but they're not given that kind of opportunity, and that needs to be eradicated. Transgenders need to be looked upon as human, must be looked upon as people who are capable to do any job that they can do. And we are entitled to live in a community to have the same rights. Governments must develop laws that will protect us from abuse, from violence, especially in certain countries where the LGBT community are murdered because they are hated, and they must be protected. Laws must protect them. Cities must be created to make the living of the LGBT community a happy one. That is what we call a sustainable city. If we create a city that only caters to a certain kind of people and leave out the LGBT community, then that's not a sustainable city. Sorry, not a sustainable city. LGBT must just be able to walk out from his or her door and not get killed. Now, this is actually happening in certain countries. Once they step out the door, they can be shot dead. And actually I'm not joking about this because this has happened. And it is sad to know that it is still happening. But I just hope in the long run, less of these incidents happen and the LGBT community gets the protection that they want, that they need. So I will keep on continuing to help the LGBT community to actually walk the road that they want to walk. Go to restaurants that they want to eat. Don't be afraid to go anywhere what they want to do. Yes, I mean sometimes the world tells us that we don't exist. They don't want us to be known. But I can tell you, we exist. And because we exist, our voices will be heard. There's no two way about it. We need to be known. And I'm very glad that I have this possibility to talk about it. It's a long journey. I'm still fighting, especially in Singapore. Now, like I mentioned, the 3778 has been rebuilt, but there's still a long way to go because the same-sex marriages are not looked upon as legal yet. But I hope that one day it will be soon. Because, you know, in a relationship, right, in a normal relationship, look at it carefully. A male and female get together, they are able to get married, live together, buy the same house. Why can't the LGBT community do the same thing? They are humans. They should be able to do the same thing, the same right. We need that same right. If that kind of right is not actually created, then I would say we live in a very unequal world, even though a lot of people say that the world is becoming more equal. I would say it is still hearsay for now. But until all this is achieved, then we have equal society in the world. So with that, I want to say that I'm glad to be here to tell you that we must have equal laws. We must make the LGBT community a happy one. And I hope that you all will work towards that. And one day, see the LGBT community and the human community come together and live happily ever after. Thank you so much.
Please give a big class for our great words. Trust me, dear Honorable, you have shared such a perfectly manner and perfectly experienced that what we have been, I mean, the community have been facing the ongoing issues. And yes, of course, you are focusing that education absolutely required. Without education, actually no one can show their own identity. Even the school, college, university, they should have actually addressed them with an equal manner, because you know the bullying is another negative thing that actually had a negative impact their mentality and their ongoing education and some other things. So we have to actually stop the bullying and make the equal rights for all the equal human being, because we are actually human being, we are one, we are like each other. Whatever the formation of our uh, way that we are thinking, just think about that. Just only always think about that we are human being. We have to consider all the things equally. All the SDGs focus on the gender equality, reduce inequality, and some other things. But why not we actually may focus this LGBT community, they are struggling things as well. We have to consider this. Thank you so much, dear Honorable, for articulated perfectly with the perfect manner and the perfect experience. We are really honored to have you, and we have some other question to you, but we will talk this later. Thank you so much, Honorable, for being with us. So yes, let's welcome to the another panelist. And I would like to address the next panelist, who is from Romania, my dear honorable teacher, international speaker, writer, international project coordinator, dear honorable Diana Hardena. So, my dear honorable teacher, please over to you. We want to know, want to learn something about the awareness of LGBT community. So, yes, over to you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I congratulate also Vanessa for your speech are great. Congratulations. I will share my PowerPoint, okay?
Okay, my dear honorable sister Rachana, can you
Please,
please
yes.
make
I
her
have a
co-host?
PowerPoint, yes.
Yes, yes. We are trying to make you co-host so that you can share your screen.
Okay, I wait.
Yeah, you can share now, ma'am.
It's okay? Yes.
Yeah, it's visible. Make it
It's
full
visible.
screen. Make it full screen so that it's easy to see.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, perfect.
Dropouts of transgender students from schools. Today, my principal, Alina, is missing. She is in school. But Alina sent me some words for this meeting for today from her side. I will read. Good afternoon, so good evening in India. Unfortunately, I could not be here today. The key word of today's meeting should be respect. We should all respect one another. If there is respect among people, all things seem to find a way to find their own part or solution and meet their intended goals. Furthermore, if every one of us can find between he or her the ability to understand the difference there are between people, then for sure they have reached the highest level of respect. Respect should drive all our action. The respect of people that feel misunderstood, the respect of people that feel admitted. Showing respect towards your one person triggers the ability to show respect to others. Then there would not be any people that feel misunderstood or people that feel almighty. Respect. Kind regards for all for you, Alina, my principal. Thank you. And here I am. I'm Diana. You know me from another so much conferences in India. I'm from Romania, Europe, Vocational Pedagogical High School. The school dropout, it is the phenomenon in which the students stop attending the classrooms and stay out of the educational system without receiving a school diploma. When a student drops out of school, it has a negative repercussion for the individual, the education system, and society. They abandoned the school, they left school. In this PowerPoint, my PowerPoint presentation, we examine some of the main causes that led students to leave school early. We also plan how it can be avoided. Generally, there are two variables involved in a student decision to drop out of school. These are difficulties and the lack of motivation. Each of these variables is affected by the educational system and school hard curriculum here in Romania, The role of the family, modeling collaboration with the school, and their attitude and beliefs towards the usefulness of studying. Also, their level of interest in their child education. Personal aspect of the students, personally motivation, learning difficulties, poor results, and the influence of their peer group. Furthermore, there are 4 factors that have proven to be decisive in a student's decision to drop out of the schools: gender, social origin, economic and cultural capital, belonging to a minority group or a disorganized family, being an immigrant. DDG 5 says to us, gender equality. Be aware of gender stereotypes, recognize them, avoid them, and educate others about them. What means transgender? Transgender, often abbreviated as trans, person is someone whose gender identity or gender expression does not correspond with their sex assignment and birth. Gender identity is distinct from sexual orientation, and transgender people may be of any sexual orientation. Transgender or trans, the sign of the words, can make schools leaders, teachers, and parents alike very nervous. The fact remains, however, that there are transgender students on campuses and in the schools. Deficit legal protection trans children find it difficult to navigate the education system that is related with institutionalized othering. A recent study by Philip Hoffman et al., they performed a statistical analysis that showed the persistence of students who drop out before completing a high school program. The results of this study show the persistence of students dropping out is decreasing. However, the actual number of students dropping out has increased. This is due to the increase in students attending school, which explains the fact that there are more students graduating, but also more students dropping out from the school. Unfortunately, a climate conducive to the educational success of transgender students remain elusive in many schools. The inclusion of sexual identity measured in large scale nationally survive have added to our knowledge about the lives of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and questioning young LGBTQ. Has highlighted adverse mental health indicators among LGBTQ students, including greater depressive symptoms, increased rates of seriously concealing suicide, and higher rates of attempted suicide. Transgenders young report significantly increased rates of depression, suicide, and victimization compared to their cisgender peers. Notably, in the past years, 1 in 3 transgender young report attempting suicide. Almost of these reported being a victim of sexual violence, and more than half reported a 2-week period of depression. How to prevent students from dropping out? We make extracurricular projects mentoring the students, support programs to help the students, the children, support also for their parents, activities with parents, with students together, relationship activities, permanent collaboration with the family is so important. The school together with the family and also with the community play a decisive role in combating school drop. And so important is the psychological consulting. The most important things is the support provided by the parents. The new research adds to the evidence that transgender teens' perception of their parents' support may be the key protective factor in adolescents' mental health. And my last sentences will be: the education is so important for all the children in this world, for all our students. Thank you so much. And I want to thank dear Rachana for this invitation for today. Was again a pleasure for me to be together online again in India, in Mumbai. All your activities with teachers or with students are so interesting, captivating, attractional. I congratulate your hard and beautiful work, my dear. You are amazing, and thank you so much, Nur Ahmed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please give a big clap for my dear honorable teacher, sister, whatever we say, because you know the teacher, in my perception, they are the correct celebrity in around the world, because they are the main creator of
Yes.
any eminent speaker, eminent personal, eminent people. Even they actually sacrifice themselves as much as they can to make a great society, make a great human being, human capital.
Yes.
And yes, of course, they actually deserve the highest respect. So with due respect, thank you so much, dear Honorable
Yes,
Diana
thank
ma'am.
you.
You have focused such a greatly way because your case study that we have seen through your PowerPoint, that is really actually we have to consider about, because transgender definitely another issue, even some other uh, the term other identifiable people in the same community, they have been facing a tremendous problem from their childhood. Yeah,
Yes.
for some developed country, actually, they take something, sometimes they take it very positively, but in the South Asian country like Bangladesh, Indians, Sri Lanka, and some other country, they actually receive the transgender or LGBT community into negative side or negative perception. So let's raise our voice to make their own identity, even make their all the opportunities they can able to avail.
Opportunities for all.
Thank you so much, dear Honorable.
Thank
We are
you.
really,
Thank
really
you.
glad to have you, and hope we will have you at
Thank you so
near
much.
any kinds of event.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. So without further ado, I would like to call another eminent personal. Of course, in my perception, all the teacher are the global celebrity, and I will call upon the another teacher of actually with us, who is Mrs. Ujala Kishore Jari, who has 35 years experience in education field, out of which 18 years of science teacher, where 4 years experience in vice principal, even the 13 years experience as a principal of SETGH High School and Junior College. So, dear Honorable, can you ever seen the 35 years she has been serving the society or community to make the leader, to make the community better? So she has also some other core activities that she also work as examiner, the moderator of SSC science mathematics paper, also given the guidance of various competitive examination mathematical science. She also writing the script for radio program on education as well as social issues that presenting on the All India Radio Mumbai. He is writing Marathi Vikwash, sorry, in my mistake, the pronunciation, on the topic of Tahan, Tahanliya, my bad, Banaspati, and she also writing some articles for magazine. She also delivering the lecture, the personal development, community communication skill. She worked as a resource person on RTE. So many things she has been doing. So we are really actually lucky to have you. Even if I continue to write down whatever you have been doing, trust me, time won't actually allow me to to keep continue. Trust me, dear honorable, we are really honored to have you. I feel like privileged to welcome you on this forum. So yes, my dear honorable, over to you.
Yeah. Uh, Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Good evening and good afternoon, good morning also in various countries. Yeah, I'm Mrs. Ujjwala Zhare. I'm from India. Uh, I wanted to share my own experience about LGBTIQ students. At present, I'm raising awareness about LGBTIQ in schools, colleges, even in society, and to teachers, especially because all they said we need this awareness. Then, uh, when I'm thinking about this, what is LGBTIQ? What actually it is? So many times I surprised to know that it is quite natural things are happening in mother's womb and we are not accepting them. In India, even in our epics, it is given in Ramayana and Mahabharata that this Kinnara, they were present at that time also, now also they are present. But the thing is that we are not ready to accept them. Nowadays, we are calling them Hizara, Hizada, like that. Very, what to say, I don't like this word. But this word Hizra is originated from Arabic word. His means different, Ra means way. Those who are walking on different way, different path, they are called Hizra. Then what is the reason behind it? That again I will tell you afterwards. But before that, I wanted to share my own experience. As when I was working as a principal in Shed GH High School and Junior College, at that time, I I know one boy at that time, he was studying in our school, very talented. I was observing him since 5th standard to 12th standard, very clever, very intelligent. And after 12th standard, he went to degree college. And some of my teachers, they told me, Madam, your favorite student, he's wearing sari and he's clapping at signals. I was surprised to know, it was shock for me, such a talented boy. And he's doing like this way. I asked them, do you mean Hijra? They said, yes, madam. I was very much nervous. And I asked him, means I asked those teachers, please call him and let me talk with him. When I discussed with him, is it true what I heard? He said, yes, madam. I'm wearing sari and I'm standing in signal. I'm begging there. I said, but you are still studying in the college? Yes, madam, that also I'm doing. Then again, I asked him, then in your college, you are accepted when you are wearing saris and this thing? Yes, madam. Here the teacher's role come. He said, our vice principal who saw me and she said, I will give you admission. And she gave me admission. Now I'm studying in first year. I said, okay, good. Then whether your students in your class, they are accepting you? Yes, madam, they are also accepting. Sometimes I'm wearing sari and I'm going, otherwise I'm going in shirt pant. Then here the question comes. Then I asked him, what about your family? They accepted you? They said, no, madam, they have not accepted me. I said, why? What happened? When I was interested, means though I'm a male, I'm a boy, I was always interested to wear saris and to put lipstick and to do makeup, but it was not allowed. in my place, in my house. Then my mother one day asked me, what I see, what you are wearing, how you are going, and how you look and you walk. I don't understand why you are doing like this way. Then he said, I told to my mother that, Mommy, this is my case. Within few minutes, his mother told, okay, is this the case? He said, yes, Mommy, you accept me. She said, no, you go just now, you get out from our house, you go to railway station or bus station. This is, I'm telling you the true story, and commit suicide. I was shocked to hear your mother is saying like this way. Yes, madam, my mother said, you do like this way. Then what happened? What you have done? No, I went there, I went out, I went to railway station also. But afterwards I came back. I said, no, I will not commit suicide, but I will create awareness about LGBTIQ students. And now many times, most of the times, he is coming with me to create awareness, to raise awareness. Now, when I heard this story, then I started thinking, and at that time, I had taken one training on LGBT. So I understood what is the reason behind it. So what I read is like this, that this is happening due to hormonal imbalance in mother's womb because of testosterone. And during adolescent age, they feel, though they are male, they are feeling, their feelings are like a female. And suppose they are female, their feelings are like a male. So what is their mistakes? It is natural. Nobody knows. Then why we are not accepting them? Why still it is going on that we are only accepting either male or female? But now in 2014, though thousands of years in the history, we know these people as a Kinnara, but we are not ready to accept them. There are many misconceptions about them. But what is my work? I'm raising awareness why this is happening. I'm telling this to my children. I'm going to various college. This is my social work. And I'm making this awareness that nothing is wrong to accept them. When you are not accepting them, what they are doing? They are in pressure always. Nobody is accepting. Acceptance is not there in the society and not in their house also. Then they are going towards many bad habits. The thing is that suppose in school only teachers and students, they know why this is happening and we must accept them, then they will also start learning, they will also study. And it's a good and positive sign in India. Now they are getting jobs also. They can work also. Why to beg? When you are accepting them, in India, it is very nice. I'm giving you some examples. In Delhi, there is school, many schools, 27 schools are there, in which it is there that they are giving admissions to such children. Like that, 27 schools are there. They are accepting them. It is a good sign. In Kerala, one school is there, which is only meant for transgender people. And there the children are coming from 10 years to 50 years to study. Their teachers are also transgender. People started accepting them. In Maharashtra, where I stay, in Maharashtra, Riya Avrekar, who was a male, Praveen, now she is transgender, she's converted her. Now she is a lady and she got government job. That's a very good sign. And I saw her YouTube channel also. On that also, she is saying, everyone is accepting me, even my children. That is a very good thing, very good sign. Our work is being a teacher or being a society. Our work is to create awareness. Nothing is wrong. Why only male and female? They are also equal. They are also equal. So we have to accept them, and not means there is no means what we can say, it is because of natural whatever the things are happening. Nobody is responsible for them. Then why society is not accepting them? You accept them, and acceptance is very important for everyone. Now I made one PPT that I'm showing it to you. Please give me. Yeah. LGBT rights in India. Now, introduction. LGBT is intended to emphasize the diversity of sexuality and gender identity-based cultures. It is used as an acronym for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. LGBTIQ includes queer, questioning, asexual, etc., and is an involving abbreviations. Our objectives are to explain the concept of LGBT, to analyze legal provisions, to discuss constitutional protection to LGBT minority in India, to highlight their issues and challenges in society, to find out consequences and discrimination in society, to provide recommendations. Gender identity, a person's experience of self-expression in relation to social constructions of masculinity and femininity. Sexual orientation, patterns of emotional, romantic, and sexual attraction, and sense of personal and social identity, homosexual, heterosexual, bisexual, etc. Now our challenges. Marginalization and social exclusion, impact on family relation for LGBT children, as I have given you example, problems of homelessness, that also I told you, parents are not accepting them and they are sending them out. Problems of homophobia, harassment of LGBT students in schools, that's why this awareness, psychological distress, poor economical condition and discrimination in workplace, drug addiction of LGBT people, barriers to care, challenges faced by LGBT elders, victims of hate crime and violence, problem of criminalization, legal injustices, and problem of terminology. Now these are LGBT rights. India is a vast and diverse country, and attitudes of the people towards LGBT community with disparities between urban and rural India, languages, caste, class, and gender. The very idea of human rights lies in the concept of humans should be treated as equal. This is very important, and anything that undermines it is a violation of the principle of equality. The Supreme Court said the right for the privacy and protection of sexual orientation lie in the core of fundamental rights. And the articles are given 14, 15, 21, and 19. In 2014, NALSA versus Union of India, the rights and freedom of transgender people in India were protected under the Constitution. In 2018, discriminalization of adult consensual same-sex relationship. These judgments are landmark in empowering LGBT students. So these are certain issues. I'm not going to read that. And these are the initiatives taken by many people. And this week they are accepting all such LGBTIQ community people for the job. And we can even support them in doing business. And in India now it is quite improving. I'm very happy for that. So soon they will get a job. Still some people are fighting for their rights. And some of our recommendations. The government should include plurality of gender, sex education, and transgender inclusive curriculum of school. Nowadays, I'm trying for that, how to introduce this, because what I saw in only 12th standard, in a very small, short paragraph, it is given about LGBTIQ. It should be given more importance so that we will accept such people and there will be no any discrimination. They will also live happily and they will be helpful to our country. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Wow, wow, such a great way to discuss about this matter. Absolutely, my dear honorable. From your beginning, you have shared event and experience with your student. Trust me, this kind of event happening in the South Asian country mostly. Even in my country, Bangladesh, whenever any girls or boys actually they become actually the hormone issues and for they are becoming someone else, and the family actually not accepting because there's another isolated community. You already share the Hijra community. They actually involve them in their community. So that shouldn't be. We have to make sure that our kids will be our future, and they will actually they deserve all the opportunities, all the uh, things that is required for continuing their life, as well as they have all the rights as well. So yes, of course. And yeah, we are really glad to know that the India have been doing such a great way to actually considering the LGBT community and their education and some other things. I think, as you know, if the same criteria is going to happen in my country as well as some south part of the world, I think that would be very great movement for the LGBT community because after all, we all are human beings. If you are really consider yourself as a human being, they also consider themselves as well. So why should we actually isolate them? Why should we actually don't make any good perception regarding regarding their identity? So yes, without further ado, thank you so much, dear honorable ma'am. We are really glad to have you. And yes, of course, your all the words are really, really inspiring and to make this event very fruitful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, let me welcome the another speaker, who is a very eminent personal, great leader. If we consider that, how can we actually address them? Actually, we can't address them by the words. He is a mentor. He is the president of MentorX. So without further ado, let me welcome Dr. Mani Jindal. So yes, dear honorable, we are really eager to hear from you regarding today's issues. Over to you.
Namaste from India to all the wonderful audience. Thank you, Ambassador Noor Ahmed, for being so thoughtful and considering me part of your wonderful program on LGBTQ community. And I'm really grateful to Rachna ji for making this possible. Thank you so much. And it's indeed a privilege for me to share the dais with Harden Diana ma'am, as well as Uzwal Azare ma'am and Mrs. Swati Khare ma'am. Thank you so much. Indeed a privilege for me. Though I don't have any presentations with me, the only thing, and I won't even be taking much of a time, so I just have maybe a quick 2 minutes, a deep thought-provoking, idea for the entire humanity that this is a world that is made of mind, matter, and energies. We are all we are all matter and energies. So why we are stereotyping people, humans? These are all humans. Why we cannot have a gender neutral and gender inclusive societies? Why do we have to tag even that it's male or female or anything? We should be seeing each other as humans. Today, I was in one of the programs. I was invited as a chief guest in one of the schools, college. You know, this college hosted an interzonal program. There 45 schools participated. It was by the women, of the women, for the women, organized by the women. And the entire participants, they were all girls and the women. So, and I mean that is a sheer power of women. And here also I'm seeing more of women than men. What I'm just saying, we shouldn't be stereotyping the society, and we as humans, we have no right to even tag anything. One. Second, the most important is who are we to make the laws or any governments given in the world that you are supposed to live with him or her and you're not supposed to live with him, not that person? Why? It is our choice, whosoever we want to live with. Earlier, if as Uchula Zare ma'am was talking about the mythology, and if you go back into the time, humans, animals, and all the nature, they coexisted together. There was no bifurcations. Animals used to be in the bedrooms of the people, right? They coexisted. So we need to coexist. If we really have to want to have a sustainable world with the holistic living, we really need to know this concept of coexist, or as in India, it is rightly said, Vasudev Kutumbakam. We all are one family. All the people, all the 8 billion people on earth, they are one family, regardless of their genders, regardless of their priorities they choose. So this is the most important point that we need to understand. And more than us, we really need to make this understand to the youth, because youth are the torchbearer to the future. They are the ones whom we're going to pass on this world to. So they need to understand this, that we really, today is the time when we talk about sustainable goals, when we talk about e-revolution, when we're talking about industry 4.0, when we're talking about artificial intelligence, when we're talking about technologies, but we are not even correcting the basic foundation stone of our society, of our community, of our world, on where this world is based upon. So that is a general neutral society. We all are humans. That is it. One. Second, somebody asked me my religion. You know what I said? I said it's humanity. I don't see you who you are. I just see you as a human. And if I can do something for you, I'm not going to ask you your gender. I'm not going to ask you your religion. I don't care about your demography, your geography, your age. If I'm capable of doing that for you, I am going to do that. So I'm going to ask the entire audience, take a pledge in your life, wherever you're sitting today, right? Be grateful for that. And we can give back something to the society and to the community and to the world at large. And that payback is very necessary. That is our moral responsibility, because we have used the resources of this world. So we really need to pay back. So let's take a pledge that whosoever comes to us, regardless of their age, gender, their demographics, their geographies, whatever in our human capabilities we can do, we will do it for them, and we will see each other as humans. That is, period. Thank you so much.
Wow. If like a mentor like this, so I think definitely the entire session will be so much productive. With your couple of the words, couple of sentences, trust me, actually focus all the issues regarding the LGBT community, LGBT awareness. Thank you so much, dear honorable mentor and the president of MentorX. And you are really deserving a great mentor indeed. So yes, of course, we have to think about the gender neutral society, neutral mind, from the very beginning to till now, still we are actually not removing all the social stigma, bias, some other things regarding this community. The honorable, every single day, they have been suffering a lot of problem for the social stigma, biasness. But they should prove themselves, and they should get the correct opportunities, correct respect from the other human being as well. Anyway, thank you so much, dear honorable, and we are really glad to have you. And yes, of course, we want to hear from you more and more for any upcoming session. So yes, we are really actually appreciate your ongoing support and contribution. So yes, dear honorable, now is the time I would like to make a question. Anyone can give the answer that yes, of course, we have already shared that the community should be like this to make the LGBT community to be acceptable, to make all the opportunities and some other things. Yes, of course, those all are required. Right now, my question is the LGBT people, what they have to do to prove themselves that they are actually the asset of this community. What are the things they should be nurture themselves to make them prove as they are the correct asset in their society? So anyone can give the answer.
Um, with regard to your
Yes, dear honorable, you can share.
hi, answer to your question, the LGBT community, especially the students, they need to get a lot of support. Teachers need to support them. Our friends need to support them. And teachers especially, they are the pillars in creating confidence in their students, in giving them the tools to believe in themselves. And they also must ask their other students to help the LGBT community, their fellow students. Everybody must learn to accept one another. You see, LGBT community needs a lot of acceptance. And once one feels accepted, their confidence never goes up. But if they don't feel accepted, their confidence never will go down. So very important, they need to be accepted, and this needs to be advocated. And like I said, teachers play a very vital role in helping LGBT students to gain confidence, and also teaching other students to learn how to accept this LGBT community. So with these teachings, with this guidance coming together, confidence level of students will start to increase.
All right. Okay, understand. Thank you so much. Yes, Honorable.
Okay, I got now. May I go further a bit? Parents also play a vital role.
True.
Like I said, education of the LGBT community is very important. LGBT needs to spread as wide as possible so that parents will understand how their children are going to behave, especially if they have LGBT community. And parents are the greatest guidance to them. If the parents do not guide them properly, it will be also it will be a difficult task.
Okay.
And it is a very long road. So a lot of factors play in the confidence of an LGBT child. The parents, the teachers, and the community. All these all need to come together. But how it goes about, really, it all depends on how one is educated on these issues. So I again emphasize education.
Wow, absolutely. I do agree with you. They also think about themselves to be educator, even to get the perfect education, to prove themselves that they are the true asset for our society. And of course, the confidence you also address, that also require. Never give up. Try to bring a confidence like from the very beginning of your life, and try to get the education to prove yourself and try to be the ultimate asset for your society. Thank you so much for addressing those issues perfectly. Yes, my next question to all of you, whoever can connect. So yes, there's a LGBTQ, even there is another identity. So I just want to know, what should we address them? We should address him or he or she or other. What will be your preference?
Very simple. Ask them. This question is very common.
Okay.
If you want to know, how to address LGBT students, just ask. Just go out and ask them, how do you like to be addressed? Because if an LGBT person is asked that question, they feel respected. It's very simple. Just ask them. They'll be very happy to say, okay, please acknowledge me as he or she. They will give you the answer. Then you just go about it and go according to what the answer is all about. It's a
well, thank you. Absolutely. I know the answer, but I try to make this question because everyone have to understand that what should they address. Yes, dear Honorable, carry on.
I can tell you this thing is not commonly done. A lot of people assume to address what they feel they should address, but do not assume at all. This needs to be educated, and this needs also needs to be given awareness, because I've been around and you know I've seen how LGBT community are being dissipated, because sometimes some people know that a transgender is a trans woman, but they purposely do not want to address a trans woman as a woman. They will keep on saying he, and I've seen that the trans woman get very hurt from their behavior, from their reaction. I can see they're very hurt,
Right.
and because of this, they just don't want to talk about it. They just go one side. They become very quiet. So,
Okay.
like I said, this needs to be corrected, and of course, you know, the right pronouns needs to be given appropriately.
Okay, thank you so much, dear Honorable. Yes, we got the answer. And absolutely, for the any upcoming communication, we have to consider these things, that what should we address. Before that, we have to ask them what they feel preference to ask or address them. Anyway, the next, but not the least, the last question, that if any LGBT community member have been facing a number of issues in their family, even within their community, where they can get the solution regarding to harm themselves.
Uh,
I think Ujala ma'am can give the answer. Ujala ma'am.
yeah, there are many organizations nowadays, they are working on it, where they are, means suppose they want any counseling, even their parents want, they can approach them and they are guiding them. Many doctors, they are also giving guidance to their parents. In my student case, this was happened. And doctors, they are giving guidance to their parents also why this is happening. And this thing, and counselors are there, many organizations are there, they can approach to them and they can find the solution.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Actually, I asked the simple question, but we have to know that from where and how we can get the assistance if these issues are actually raising up, and how can we address them, even what should make them confident. So these are the question of mine. And yes, if anyone have any question in the Facebook Live, you can ask the question. And now, without further ado, I would like to move on and give handover the vote of thanks from my dear sister and the event, the creator of the event, Rachana Chakraborty, one of my greatest professor. So yes, my dear sister, over to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Brother Noor. It was a really nice session. The main intention behind this session today was to create awareness. So it's really a topic which is burning right now, and we all know about it. That if we cannot spread the awareness, people has not yet accepted, in spite of so much of advancement coming in, so much of development we have made, but still there is the segregation between men, women, and the LGBT community. Why? That is what is the main concern right now. When we together can shape and bring a better future, all hand in hand, why can't we think together as a human being instead of segregating it into different stratas of the society and giving more preference to some and less preference to others? Whether it's the LGBT community, whether it's a male or a female, they should all be treated as equal. We all know that human being was never segregated. That is where, when we are talking about the SDG goals, gender equality, do we really believe that there is gender equality? So these awareness talks are very much necessary, especially to raise that feelings in that youth, that you are not left out from the society. Society needs you, and you need to be a part of the society. So it is really necessary. So as a result, Creative Writing Modern Age had organized this, and it was very nice that we got eminent speakers across the globe. Thank you so much, Vanessa ma'am, joining us from Singapore, Diana ma'am joining us from Romania, and Ujjwala ma'am from India, and Jindal sir from India, of course. He is a personality whom we all look up to as a mentor. And of course, we have Dr. Swati Khare ma'am, a mentor of the Maharashtra State Board. So we have several personalities. The main intention behind it was to create awareness. So as our moderator, who is very versatile, our very own brother Noor, Ambassador Noor Ahmed from Bangladesh, he is totally versatile in any topic you tell him. And he brings out the topic in such a way. So heartfelt gratitudes, brother Noor, to you for joining us. In spite of you being out for some work, still you made this event, spreading this awareness. At a very short notice, you agreed to join us. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And it was really nice because we all believe that awareness is the first step, then we can bring the change. If we are not creating the awareness, people are not accepting certain things. Even today, when we are marching forward towards progress, we need this awareness to come up for one and all. As we had heard the eminent personality speaking, Vanessa ma'am had spoken about the different stereotyped rules which is going on. People are there to assist. We should give them the space to come up and express themselves. Why can't they? If I and you can, why can't they also from a community considering themselves as one? So this is very true, and we all need to accept, as Ujjwala ma'am had taken about our scriptures, wherein from there we need to understand what exactly was our society in the past. But right now, it's necessary, first of all, to train the mothers. Scientific point of view, also, Ujjwala ma'am had spoken about that it is all in the genes of the parents. It is not the problem in the child who is born as a, either whatever the LGBT community we can say. So it is not the problem of the child. It is there somewhere scientifically in the womb when the child was getting developed. So why do we blame the child? Why do we, segregate them from the society? How are they responsible for the changes which is coming to them? We should rather support them and sit by their side. And as Vanessa ma'am said, ask them how they should be addressed. And in a way, they would love to listen. So it is just a feeling and, taking out your hands and connecting with them, supporting everyone as one and the same. No one is different here, no one is separate. So as Jindal Munish also had spoken about, that why do we in the initial stage want to separate everyone? Diana ma'am had also spoken with various examples that yes, the school dropouts are also there. When we see that suddenly they have come across that they are feeling different in the society. So it is at that time the mentors of the school should support such children and see that they do not feel left out. If they want to do something separate, it's okay. They should be encouraged rather than demotivated and separated, because together we can make the progress. We need to bring out the gender equality, which is really missing. We just talk about it in tips and bits, but we have never thought of it from the long run. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us from whichever part of the world. It was really interesting, and I feel we should have more such talks on and again so that this awareness keeps on spreading. And whenever we meet somebody, we can at least tell that, yes, we are there for you. They should not feel that, should I talk to them? Should I feel comfortable talking to them? They should never feel that. Once we can remove that obstacle, we will be walking a step forward towards progress of a nation. because a nation progresses with all the citizens in it. So it cannot be either male or female. It can be all together when we are marching together. So thank you so much, eminent personalities, joining us across and giving us.
Thank you, Rachina. It's great efforts you are taking. It's really a good on your part. As I like Manisha's confidence level, the way she is courageous and the boldness of the solutions also. Then Ujwala Dhare ma'am has explained her real life experience that is really she is doing good work for the LGBT. Then I heard about Miss Dinah's also. Today I have a throat problem. I'm not able to speak properly. So Dinah madam, then I like the Jindal sir, the way he said ki we must break that particular stereotype compartment. And as Zare madam has given us the various laws also, which is protecting them. So this, I will not take much time of yours. I'm not able to speak properly because of my throat infection. Thank you very much. Thanks, Vanessa.
Yes, yes, thank you so much, ma'am. I know in spite of your sore throat, you still joined us and you made it possible. So, yes, everyone, each and everyone, we are trying our little bit, we are trying to spread that ripples which we desire to see in the society so that in the long run, everyone comes forward and makes the society more stronger, not segregating it, not making it separate, but joining hands together and making it a flourishing society, which we all aim at in the near future to come. So thank you so much. With that note, we will be hoping to have more such meets together. And a final thank you to my moderator who has made this event really more amazing. He too is outside. He couldn't
Yes,
reach
Noor
home.
Ahmed, I also forgot to speak about him. Sorry, Noor.
Yes, Ambassador Noor Ahmed is always very close to creative writing modern age. Whenever we have any summits, any talk shows, he's always there as a support system for the creative writing modern age. Thank you so much. He didn't even reach home. He's somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And still he made it possible because he had committed. So that is what I call commitment. And together, people like this, we can bring the change. So thank you so much, Ambassador Noor Ahmed, for joining us. And of course, to all the eminent personalities, please do keep on joining us so that we can keep on spreading awareness and making the world a more compact and a more lovely place to be. So we can make the change when we are together. So thank you so much, all of you. So we can end on that note that always keep rising and that spirit in you alive. So any ending note by anyone you can add, and then we can end the session. What would you expect the society to do?
Actually, Rachna, there should be a proper awareness at the primary level only. Okay, so I think the primary teachers or primary parents, they must be educated about this. Okay,
Yes,
then only from the root we can eradicate this problem and we can improve the society because the basic problem starts from there only at the primary classes. So there is a need of that we should train them properly, and as they should be included in a curriculum. As the Zare madam has said, only one paragraph is mentioned in the science textbook of 12th standard. Okay, but it should be from the primary level textbooks or somewhere in a language. It can be correlated with the languages also. So the awareness, indirect awareness, we can spread in the masses, and that is the best solution that we can support such nationwide awareness program.
yes.
Yes, thank you, Rachel.
Yes, very true. We need to spread the awareness with the parents also, which I am doing personally, counseling the parents, the would-be parents, who we don't know what child they will be giving birth to. They should be aware from the beginning to accept their child as they are, as they have been gifted. So these awareness, small, small, will bring the change which we desire. So thank you so much, all of you, for joining us and spending and sharing your thoughts and spreading awareness on it. Thank you, all of you, and we can join in together for a group meeting. All the speakers are there together. I would request to switch on the cameras. I would request all the speakers and moderator to switch on the cameras for a group photograph.
Yes, special flying kiss to Vanessa.
Yes. Thank you, Vanessa ma'am, for joining us.
Rachana madam, Swati madam, Ahmad sir, and all the speakers.
Noor, brother Noor, we need little more of you so that we can take the photograph. Jindal sir is there or not?
I would love to be, but I am now on the way to my home. By the reason I opened my camera, but I don't see the perfect picture of my.
Okay, no issues, no issues. Okay, thank you so much, all of you, for joining us. Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night.